Hey everybody, today I just kind of wanted to do a quick little video on setting up your monastic diurnal, especially if you just got it, just a beginner and not really sure what to do. It can be a little intimidating, but we're going to make it a lot easier for you today. So let's go ahead and just jump to where I place my first ribbon. So your first ribbon you should place is going to be in your proper of seasons is what it's called. So let's say it's Lent or Advent or ordinary time, any of that. It's going to be found in this first kind of, I don't know, first third of the book, I would say, is that's where all your proper of season stuff is going to be. So yesterday was Passion Sunday, so today is going to be a Monday in Passion, in the Passion Tide. So you can see we have the ordinary of the Ferial Office in Passion Tide. And it's going to give you a few different things special to the season. So this reading will be said for the weekdays in the time of Passion Tide, pretty much. So that's your ordinary. The next thing you're going to want to do is just set a ribbon for lauds. That's kind of the next section that pops up in the book. So let's go ahead and head over to there. So we're on our second ribbon, and today is Monday. So we got Monday lauds here. So your Monday lauds would be on page 58. And I guess just to be a little more thorough, the section of the book that starts with your lauds, because there's prime before lauds. Prime was suppressed by Vatican II, but it's still a good practice to pray this. I mean, more prayer is more prayer, so it's never going to be a bad or wrong thing. But anyway, where your office for lauds is going to start would be page 37. Okay, and since today's Monday, I just throw a ribbon in there. So that takes care of lauds for today. Let's go ahead and jump to the third ribbon. Okay, and for my third ribbon, I like to put it just where the little hours would be. So we have terce, sext, none. Those are kind of the little hours, and then as you saw, prime was before the lauds section. So yeah, Monday, terce, and then if you just flip through, it goes in order of the days. So Monday, okay. Then after that, after your Mondays, you'll see throughout the week. So there's a lot of things that stay the same throughout the whole week. So for instance, if today was Tuesday and we're wanting to pray sext, that would just be throughout the week, sext, boom. It has it all here. So that's where I always put my third ribbon, just to kind of keep things in order so I don't have to be trying to move one ribbon throughout all the different hours, So let's jump ahead to our, let's see, 1, 2, 3, our fourth ribbon. For my fourth ribbon, I like to keep it right where Vespers is. So I'll be doing the most jumping around with my previous ribbon that we did for kind of the day hours of terce, sext, none, all those things. This one, Monday Vespers, as you can see. So you're just kind of setting up your day hours as, you're kind of seeing a common thread here. It just makes it very easy to flip to, because then, let's say you're praying Vespers, and this is something I didn't really mention a whole lot before. So after you're done with all your psalms and whatnot for Vespers, you'll come to your chapter, and if it's, let's just go with what it is now. If it's Passion Tide, that's going to be proper. So you'll get done with your psalms and antiphons. Then, okay, what do? We jump back to this here, proper. So that's lauds, so we got to keep going. And here we go, Vespers. We'll use that, hymn and everything. Okay, and I'll get to what this prayer card is helping with after we finish the rest of the ribbons, but it does come in handy. So let's go ahead and flip over to our second to last ribbon, which will be Compline. So we're on our second to last ribbon, and it's always going to be placed at Compline, at least for me. This ribbon will stay here until the day I croak, because Compline's the same every day. It's the easiest office to kind of get the hang of, being that it is the same every day, it's unchanging. So always just keep a ribbon there. You don't even have to move it while you're moving along because there's no real flipping around. You just keep going through it. And then the very last ribbon is going to be our proper of saints. So that's different saint feast days and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump there. So today is March 27th. So that's St. John Damascene. Happy feast day, St. John. And as you'll notice, sometimes there's the 27th, then there's not another one till April 4th. So what do you do in between there? It's just going to be an ordinary day or a ferial day, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of helpful too for just knowing, hey, what if there isn't a saint for the day? Well, then it's just going to be an ordinary day, and you kind of disregard this section of the book. And also certain things that are helpful, like on big feast days. Let's say, sometimes it'll say confessor, and it says use everything from the Common of Confessors page, and it'll give you the page. Then you just follow that rubric. So that's that for kind of where the ribbons are placed. Now let's go ahead and jump into this prayer card here. In certain seasons, it is a little more tricky than others. Some will have what we showed in the ordinary, like, hey, this is the reading you're going to be using for lauds and vespers and certain antiphons and things. But then you'll notice, what do we have here? First Passion Week, Monday, that's today. We have verse and response, so that'll come after the hymn. And after the hymn, we have an antiphon for the Benedictus or for the Magnificat, depending on what hour you're in. But that will be found here too. Then after the Magnificat, this is repeated. You have your end of I don't know what you'd call it. I guess the just kind of concluding portion of the hour, which consists in your Domine exaudia rationem meam, clamor meus a te veniat, oremus. And then you have your collect here. And one big thing, just a big tip, is if you're kind of having a hard time following along, the Divinium Officium app online is really great. That's kind of how I learned. I just started following along with that in the book to make sure I was in the right place. There's also an app called iMass, where you can go to a section where it's talking about the breviary and things like that, and it has all this in here. It actually links you to the Divinium Officium website. So if you haven't heard of that, I'll try to throw a link in the description for you. And yeah, just follow along with that if you're a little confused, and just be patient with yourself and take your time, but it does get easier. It's actually pretty simple once you kind of get the hang of it. But I know I was confused when I first started off, so there's that. And that's pretty much the end of this video. It kind of makes up for all the different parts of the diurnal. There's, the rest of the stuff in the back, like Office of the Dead and things like that. Just a lot of different things, different feasts. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot to it, just set your ribbons on the different hours of the day, pretty much. Make sure your ordinary is in the right place in the very beginning, so whatever season you're in. Then feast days of the saints. And other than that, yeah, just check out Divinium Officium. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll throw a link in the description. Please pray for me. I'll be praying for you guys. And have a good rest of your day.